What are we giving away?
That's a good question.
Oh,
Our sanity, everything.
Oh, coffee.
Hello, and welcome to the Chronicles of Yarnia, the podcast from Montclair's local yarn store. I am Jen.
Amanda.
Kathleen.
And we're the team behind Yarnia, and this is a podcast all about, like, fiber and knitting and crocheting and stuff you make with string and yarn and sticks and
all those kind
pointy
of good
sticks
things.
or hooked sticks or
And project bags.
bags. Basically all
Not
those things.
stuff you make with project bags, but maybe stuff that lives in project bags.
Stuff that would live in a project bag.
And project bags themselves in some cases.
Yes, and the accoutrements that come with it.
Yes.
Hopefully temporarily in project bags.
Temporarily. Eventually,
That's true. That's
either
true.
on you or on display.
Yes. Yes.
Or on someone or something.
That's true. And too bad if we had any more of those Katrinkles hibernating
Oh,
things,
yeah.
we could have this. But I think one customer ordered like 4 sets. I know that we had left.
Oh,
So
I sort of wanted
Someone
They
with
were
a
really
plan.
cute. They were
Someone
really
with a
cute.
plan.
yeah, someone with whips like mine.
yeah,
Yes.
and mine.
Like,
I got a set of those. Did you wind up getting a set of those?
No,
or not?
I didn't.
Oh, I did. I got one. We will have to ask Katie. I know that her things of the month are like exclusive for a time, but maybe she'll bring them back next year. They were
Especially
very
if they're popular.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
bet she
cute.
will.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to next month, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Next
Next month is cute.
Well, actually, it's this month.
Oh,
yeah, right. Because
It
it
is.
welcome to April.
Yes, it is April. None of us are completely convinced of that fact yet.
No.
But it is.
Not
But
at
it
all.
is. We know it is. We just don't believe it is.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I mean, that also, I mean, we've got a lot going on in April.
Yes.
I mean,
and we've already had a lot going on.
we've already had a lot going on in April, and it's still the first week.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so, I mean, one of the things that is going on is Amanda and I have spring breaks. And then we also have the Wool Walk coming up.
We'll walk at the very end of April, last 5 days.
Very end of April, the last 5 days. So it's all the preparations for that. The New Jersey Wool Walk. Super
Yes.
awesome.
Oh, yay. You
Passports are...
I got a passport.
Passports are in.
Yep. So there are 22 stores participating this year
a lot.
throughout the state of New Jersey. It's great. It really is.
That's really awesome.
And we'll be putting up a page on our website soon that's got, information.
Oh, that's what I need to do. Okay, great. Yes, I'll do that this week.
It's in the notes from
now
last
it's
week.
up. Yes, I remember now.
Yeah.
I remember
You're like,
it.
by the time you're seeing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every store is open at a minimum 10 to 5, the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday
Oh,
of
what
Wool
a
Walk.
good sale hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
This,
that.
so this is a little summary of everybody's hours that we're going to have posted here at Yarnia.
Excellent.
Yeah.
so
and,
Is there a
awesome.
PDF for people to download?
we could probably make it a PDF. If
I think we
wanted
should
people
make
to
it a
do
PDF
for
That
for
would be
people to
amazing.
download.
I mean,
work on that.
it's certainly either already or going to be on the Wool Walk site. So yeah, it is. I mean, that's how I got it. I got it by email. But our late hours are going to be, we're always open late on Wednesday. We're shortening it a little bit to be until 7 p.m. just because it is the first day of Wool Walk and
everybody wants to participate in pub quiz.
exactly, which
Yes.
Amanda is also going to run this
That's
year.
our-
So we'll have to work on
Yeah,
some questions for that.
we've done it twice before. So
Mhm.
on Wednesday night of the Wool Walk, which is the April 26th, the first night.
Yep.
Their first night.
Right after you're done with your marathon trip around the state,
Mm-hmm.
yarn shopping and all that, get your newest cast on and join us for virtual knit night, which is 7 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have a little pub quiz.
Mhm.
So that'll be fun. It'll
And
probably
we-
start like 7:30.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe we should start it a little bit later.
We
'cause,
always start it a little
if
bit later.
People, some people are open quite late the first night, but every store has their own hours. But at a minimum, everyone, like I said, is open 10 to 5 on all the week. Well, Wednesday through Saturday, and then Sunday, everyone is open at least 10 to 4.
Yeah.
So we're going to be open. Whoops! Oh shoot!
11 to
Oh no, 11 to 4. Yeah,
11 to
it
4
is a little
Sundays.
confusing. If you're trying to make plans, definitely look carefully at what every store has listed for
Yeah.
hours. Yeah, so Sunday the minimum hours are 11 to 4, and those are our hours that day. We're also going to be open till 6 on Saturday. So we've got plenty of hours where you can come in and see us and shop, and all of the other shops as well.
Yeah, and you can plan your route. We talked a little bit about all of the various food options around us.
Yes.
We have a
We have to do
lot
our
of
coffee
food
map.
options. We got to
Coffee
do our
map.
coffee map, snacks map. lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you feel free to, ask us in store if you're looking for a recommendation, because we've got so many options in
all have
Montclair.
our favorites.
We
too,
do. I mean, we've got a lot of things within walking distance of where we are here.
Yep.
But if you, have heard about a restaurant here or whatever, we can give you our impression of it. And if you want to take a little 5-10 minute detour to go someplace that's not right by our location at Watchung Plaza, there are many places that are absolutely worth doing that for.
Oh, 100%.
And if you ask if you have a place you want to go and you're like, but where should I park? Then we can also direct you where to park.
Almost all of us live really close to the store. We've got a couple of exceptions who may not know quite as much, but we're going to have at least 3 people on site at all times, so someone will be able to assist.
Yes.
And if you see any of us,
we certainly.
Oh, we certainly.
As you know, we have opinions.
I will
and
always.
We're happy to help.
Yes.
We're happy to help.
I will always recommend Bluestone for a brunchy place, and Marcel, a little further down.
Love Marcel.
Love Marcel.
Oh, and if you
and Mercado. I love Mercado.
So good.
They
we're doing it again.
Yes,
oh my God.
There's a new restaurant opening right around the corner from my house.
Ooh.
The Musuko and
I saw
Maddox.
that. Where
Maddox.
the Crosby used to be.
Yes,
right?
Crosby and Finn used to be there, but now Maddox and Musuko are opening up
Or
today.
Musuko?
Today?
Maybe?
Musuko?
Musuko.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe. I think one is Japanese, and the other is
Steakhouse.
Steakhouse. And they have a liquor license.
Beautiful bar. And so, they're literally opening today. And right across the street is the new parking garage.
Right.
Even better.
Right?
True.
It's super easy. That's down on Glenridge Ave. A little bit tucked away off of Bloomfield, which is the main place. But I'm looking forward to checking that out.
Yeah, that should be good.
I can walk home.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't even have to deal with parking.
That's right.
There we go.
Yeah.
So we're excited for the Wool Walk. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff going on. Subscribe to the newsletter, and we'll go through all of the list of deals and whatnot. Basically, and the way the Wool Walk works, if you guys don't know, is you purchase a passport, and the passport gives you basically access to all of the discounts that are going on at each store. Make sure to get your passport stamped or marked at each store.
Even if you don't buy anything.
Exactly.
That's okay.
You don't need to make a purchase.
Totally fine.
You do need to be here in person with your passport. We can't initial for your friend's passport and all of that.
Yeah, we can't virtual.
The whole idea is that, people go from place to place. And of course, every store hopes you'll buy something, but we totally understand there were 22 stores. That may not be in the cards.
Yeah.
The first couple of Wool Walks, I always felt weird. I'm like, can you just stamp my passport? I feel bad. I'm not buying anything.
Yeah.
But it's totally fine.
It's totally fine.
There are little collectibles at each store.
That is true.
Yes. So, and actually, we can show them now, actually.
Oh,
I'll give you a picture to put in.
They're super cute.
They're really cute. We got ours the other day because we did order an extra 100 because we know how many people love to get the collectibles.
I want one.
Yeah,
I do too.
I want to get a little. I would like to get around to the stores this year, so I'd love to get 5, a set of 5 or 6.
Yep. So yeah, you definitely should go out early in the week if you.
But you're seeing the picture now, so it's a little cute sheep's head.
They're
so cute.
They're so
they're going to
cute.
be in different colors at each store. I totally need a set.
I love the color.
And that basically is the little head of this sheep.
He's
done
a little guy
in a Katrinkle stitch marker.
Which so cute.
They're always adorable.
So cute. So you need your passport. Make sure that best advice give anyone, write your name on it.
Yes.
Yes.
The first thing you do. The first thing you do, put your name.
Write your name on the passport
email,
as
phone
soon
number,
as you
whatever.
get it. Because
get your
if
info
you
in there.
leave it at a store, which has happened, we can call you.
We can call you.
Or,
and
write
if you're
the phone number that you can get texts on. Not your house phone number, your cell phone that you'll have with you during the Wool Walk. So if you leave it somewhere, you'll get it back super fast.
And the passports are $6?
They're $6. $1 goes to the Community Food Bank of New Jersey, as we've been doing for the last couple of walks. It's a great idea, something that really benefits a lot of people in need throughout the state of New Jersey. So that's super. Also, there are going to be little project bags that each store will have a limited number of. If you buy a project bag in combination with your passport, you save $1 on that.
Nice.
So it's, I believe the bags are $15, the passports are $6. Actually, don't quote me on this. We will find out. We don't have our bags
Something
yet,
like that.
so we will.
Well, and it basically works out to I think what did we figure out one year? It was if you're spending more than $25 or something like that, or $30, get the passport because
oh yeah, exactly.
Your discount pays for it.
We have a huge selection of things at 30% off.
Yeah,
we have a lot of our commercial brands. We normally do at 20% off. So even if we're still working on all that stuff, but
you'll get all the details.
Will be on the website.
Yeah, and also closer to the time because we've done it a few years now, so we kind of we have a good flow. Yeah. Actually, why don't we talk about our winner from last time because we asked whether people had been on a wool walk and what they enjoyed and everything.
Yes, your guys' comments were great.
They were good. Well, a lot of people have never been on one because there's not really one in their area.
I know, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, we are really lucky in this area to be in a place that is compact and yet has so many
That's what happens
options.
when you live in the most densely populated state.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yep.
There's a lot of things close by.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can see in your neighbor's living room.
Very true.
I mean, if you're nosy, like me.
Well, when the leaves fall off the trees, it's sort of
and you're like,
not be nosy.
"Hey, Steve,
I know.
How you doing?" Good curtains, good fences.
Yeah.
Good fences make good neighbors.
I have blinds on most of my windows that I have them tilted so little light in. I have We
have the top down, bottom up kind, which is nice because then you can all you see is the head of somebody.
Yeah.
I love my wood blinds. I don't know what we'll do. Well, we'll have to leave them with the house when we eventually sell. But they're so pretty. I'll probably get them wherever I go again. At least for the living room. Like they look really nice in the living room and dining room.
Yeah, I
just
feel like a
with the
blind.
whole. Yeah.
So you guys commented.
Yes, thank you, Jen.
No problem.
I was digressing onto blinds.
We digress. Did we mention that?
We do.
Opinions not only on coffee, but also blinds.
That's right.
Treatments.
That's right. Window treatments.
I have opinions on a lot of things.
So our winner was Angie B. Who said that she has done the I-75 yarn crawl and she loves how welcoming the stores are. Yay, Angie!
Awesome. Yay!
And I think you will find that all the New Jersey stores are really welcoming too. I mean, that's
absolutely.
something. I'm on a call at least once a month with the other shop owners, and it's a great group. It's a collegial group, which is really nice. I feel like
so nice.
And actually, so. There weren't too many new ideas. We did get some reinforcement for our gumballs, which is Jen's, baby that we love.
That was my baby.
Yeah, and it's so if you don't know what our gumballs are, we have when you spend a certain level, and it's not high. The first one is like $50. If you spend $50, you get to draw a gumball out of a jar, and the gumball is basically a piece of yarn wrapped around a piece of paper.
Yeah,
and you unwrap your gumball, and you open up the paper, and it tells you what kind of prize you've won. So we have yarn that we get from vendors that we decide not to go with. We have a whole variety of things. We kind of collect things over the year that might be useful.
All good stuff.
We have back issues of magazines and books and things. Like that's always one. So we'll kind of have to see what our groupings are this year. But we have either 2 or 3 groupings, and then you pick your own prize, which I love. I mean, to me, there's nothing better than picking your own prize, right?
Yeah, because I mean, it's one thing to be like, here's a thing, and it's another thing to be like, oh look, I have these 5 things to pick from. I'm gonna pick that.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, I always think like when somebody wins something, it's like, oh yeah, I bought that last week. It's like it's kind of sad. It's like
Or if you're a crocheter and you get like a knitting needle, and you're
or vice versa, So you pick your own prize.
Yes,
anyway,
you pick your own prize, and then
that's
you have 2 kinds of gumballs, right?
Yes.
So one is prizes,
and the other is a coupon for the future, which is always nice.
Yes, and they're different spending levels,
and it's cumulative. So we never take away your earlier prize to give you a later prize.
No,
it's all the prize. It's all about fun. It's all about. No, it is. It really is.
It's all like
She's got her Girl Scout cookies ready to go.
That's
nice.
Right.
Our Girl Scout cookies.
Yep.
So definitely be here on the weekend.
Oh, and did you see? I found the sign and put it like at the bottom of the stairs in the basement, so she'll have that too.
Yeah, and hopefully on Wednesday afternoon. That's what my goal is.
The first. That would be great if she could do the first afternoon.
I might have a conflict, or I might have to have somebody bring her by. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Abby is a saleswoman extraordinaire.
She really is.
I have
She's been doing this for a while.
It is always hilarious on the weekends.
She was doing it for a while, but she was good when she was like in first grade.
She was fantastic. I mean, she's a born sales girl.
I don't worry about that one.
No. She'll be fine. But like you occasionally working the wool walk, you see everybody who's like looking for the yarn, and then you occasionally see like a dad wander in like carrying like 8 boxes, being like, she got me. And we're like, yeah, you can pay with a card at the register. He was like, I couldn't say no. And then there were so many options. And I was like, I mean.
Yep, we know how that goes.
She's really good. Last year, she sold 400 boxes of cookies in like a day and a half. So, yeah.
So if you have missed out on Girl Scout cookies,
which is easy to do.
It is.
They're harder to get this year.
Supply problems. So we actually order in advance, and they're just sitting in my living room until the wool walk. So we got every variety.
Cool.
Which is good. Other people have already asked me about Girl Scout cookies. And
except the raspberry rallies, we all know about that fiasco.
Which I don't even understand. Like, they don't look
What happened?
Like
I didn't hear that.
But they're not my cup of tea.
So raspberry rallies were the new Girl Scout cookie this year. They're like
I love raspberry too.
With raspberry.
So chocolate and raspberry.
Yeah, chocolate and raspberry.
That was my wedding cake.
So they were. So they were only available online. You had to order them online because they didn't have enough stock to distribute.
To ship all over. Yeah.
So you had to order them online to be shipped. So they released them online on a Monday. This was the last Monday in February. I was in, and I was going to get some for friends and family, and a few, maybe 20 to have here, just for the variety. Anyway, so they released them on a Monday. I was in the airport in Newark to go to Las Vegas. So I was like, ugh, I can't believe they released them. While I'm in the airport, I can't do this now. I'm literally boarding a plane. I'll deal with this when I get to Vegas. By the time I got to Vegas, got to my hotel, and opened my laptop, sold out.
They were done.
They sold out. And then...
So they really didn't have many.
No, they had such few stock. And then they... then about 2 weeks later, we got an email from Girl Scout Council that said, if you resell raspberry rallies, you will be terminated from the program for 2 years and can't sell any cookies.
Wow. Whoa!
There are Girl Scout troops reselling cookies for $100 a box to raise money for their troop. So
wow. Ooh.
And I know
kind of crazy.
Yeah. So which I understand the incentive because there is a scarcity, but it's really not fair to other troops who weren't able to get those.
Yeah.
For themselves or other customers.
They should have done too. They should have made a limit. They should have just made a limit
that you couldn't buy more than
buy 10
per troop. That you had to put in the troop number and
Well, I mean, if you're buying online, you know which troop number it is.
Yeah. So it's.
So anyway,
that would have made it a little fairer. At least that.
Yeah. I know there were a lot of frustrated people, but this happened to Adventurefuls 2 years ago when they were new. We couldn't get Adventurefuls. Now we have plenty of Adventurefuls. So if you missed it 2 years ago, we'll have them.
Patience.
We'll have them. I'm sure next year they'll
figure it out.
Yeah. I do have to share one other thing that we were a little disappointed to learn, though, too. That if you have previously had Girl Scout cookies and you have nut allergies in your household, they're no longer safe for you.
Yeah.
Which we sadly learned, well, I don't want to say learned the hard way, but, we bought some and then looked at the boxes because it's never been a problem before. But that's why if you have food allergies, you read the label every time.
Every single time. Because things change.
Change.
They changed facilities, and now the facility where they're making Girl Scout cookies,
they use
that
nuts.
Same facility
does
cross-contamination. Things with nuts.
Cross-contamination issues. So, and having had issues with that in the past, we just don't risk it.
Yeah. Haley's very sensitive, so we're not going to...
She is...
Yeah, that's such a bummer. But this is also where you want to make sure you read the label.
Exactly, everything. So maybe one fun thing I'll do with her is maybe we'll try to make our own tag-alongs.
Oh,
because why not,
that's
right?
a good idea.
She loves tags. We love to bake. I bet there's a recipe out there already, I'm sure.
Because I've looked up how to make caramel delights Samoas. Oh, yeah, Asmaf, the baker. Because I was like, I bet I could make this when I was done. And then I was like, wow, that's a lot of steps. Maybe I won't.
Yeah.
But they're definitely just like whatever. You can find that on
I think
the internet.
that would actually be a fun little endeavor to do. I'm going to actually write that down.
I love that.
I think she would too. And Jean loves them too. It's funny. They're not my favorite tag-alongs, but...
Tag-alongs are not my favorite either.
But I like...
my kids love tags. And so does Chad. I love Do-si-dos.
Do-si-dos are my favorites. The oatmeal with peanut butter is do-si-do. And it's got the filling, so it's a lot of people. I eat them like Oreos, where you pop the lid and then you eat the filling and then you eat the 2 cookies.
It's so funny. I am very I like 2. I like Thin Mints if they're frozen. That is my level of, that's the, like, I
Level
don't
of
love
specificity.
chocolate.
Yeah, I don't love chocolate either.
And I'm like,
That's funny.
Thin Mints, frozen Thin Mints, perfect. And then Samoa's / Caramel Delights.
So,
Those are mine.
I'm not a huge chocolate fan, but Beth brought home this morning. So she works again at like Le French Dad, French
Another
bakery.
great
An
place
amazing
to
French
go.
bakery. Yeah.
So she brought home this morning this chocolate with sea salt and caramel tart thing.
Yum.
Ooh.
But it was like the chocolate was it was good, rich,
I'm
dark
sure.
chocolate,
Yeah.
not heavily sweetened, but so good.
And sea salt caramel.
Their pastries.
Anything
And
that's
it has a little gold
caramel.
flecks on the
I'm
top.
there.
So pretty.
Yum.
And their
Yum.
baguettes are...
Yeah, that's what she does. She does baguettes and
She
croissants.
does such a good job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love their
that's
baguettes.
like 400 baguettes a month.
Wow.
So
Very cool. So
we
there was
talked
one
about
other
Little
thing.
Walk. We talked about Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, cherry blossoms are in bloom.
oh,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
The cherry blossoms.
That's the other thing. I'm going to take the kids, I think, this weekend.
Going to Branch Brook.
Yes.
Branch
yeah.
Brook Park. I can't say it. Branch Brook Park in Newark.
Yeah.
Is really well known for their cherry blossoms. They're stunning.
I might take
It's
them.
a huge collection. It's one of the biggest in the U.S.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
There was something, didn't Japan gift them to Newark?
I
like
think
in the
so.
early 1900s. I'll put
think
a little
so.
history of Branch Brook Park down
I
below.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, I'm debating when to take them. Because the lighting is best first thing in the morning. It would be a good idea to take them at 7 in the morning.
Wear them out for the day.
Right.
But we're supposed to
spring
get some
break.
bad weather in the next couple of days. I hope it doesn't kill them, which is such a shame.
Oh, when heavy rain or wind will knock
Just
all
as
the
they're about
blossoms
to,
off.
because originally they were estimating the best bloom would be like the 1st to the 5th, but we had some cold weather last
yeah.
week, so
Yeah.
it slowed them down. So now they're saying like this weekend.
I mean, our cherry trees, we have 2. We actually just put one in the driveway because my renovation is done.
Yeah.
Almost done. I mean, they still have to pave the driveway. But we just put one in like an island in our driveway, and it like bloomed overnight.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So pretty.
And it's actually supposed to be like 70 degrees today, so I think that's going to help a lot of things.
That's our short
Yeah.
Yes. Couple of short
Except for
sleeves
the
here.
Southern girl.
I'm in wool.
I'm in wool too.
Yeah.
But your short sleeve wool. It's like I figured this is one of those
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, this is like the perfect short sleeve sweater weather, right?
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
people are always
Yeah.
like, "Oh, what are you going to wear a short sleeve sweater for?" And I'm like, "Listen, I don't like coats."
Mhm.
And I really hate spring coats. I don't like it because then I get hot. I wear a coat when it's chilly, and then I have to carry it around the rest of the day, or I'm like, no, it's in my car, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's annoying.
I'm going to lunch in the city today, so that's why I'm a little more dressy. But tomorrow I'm wearing my Zweig.
Ooh, the Zweig is so pretty.
Yeah, but it's
Mhm.
good. Mine's good and Eastery, so maybe
Yeah.
I'll wear that next time.
Yeah. I was debating wearing my Soldatna as well. 'cause
I was wondering
have-
if we were going to be.
I know. I have. It was basically a question of do I wear the linen dress and the Soldatna because my cotton cashmere Soldatna is a little bit more cropped than this sweater.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, no, I don't want to wear jeans. So
Yeah.
And
that makes
wore
my decision.
linen pants today.
Ooh, I like it.
Springy.
I was just,
The warm weather's coming.
Happy Passover to everybody who's
That's
celebrating.
right. Happy Passover.
Yes.
And happy Easter to those who are celebrating tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
We're going to be closed on
Happy
Easter
Eid,
Sunday.
right?
happy
So-
Eid.
Mhm.
For next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
All the
Because we'll
holidays.
miss Eid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be good. We're off school on Eid, which is, I mean, I'm pulling my kids out for a week because of the spring break scheduling
Yes.
debacle.
Yeah.
But it's fine. By the time you see this, I'll be in Turks and Caicos.
When do you leave? When do you leave?
I am leaving Saturday morning super early.
Good.
Perfect.
Which will be good. And then we're coming back Saturday. So I do have to figure out doing the newsletter. So
Yeah.
you might get an email from me.
Mm.
Oh,
It might be a real short one.
It might be a real short one. I mean, it's fine.
It's fine.
You'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens. There's
Well,
always
Exactly.
Exactly.
there's always Instagram.
I have
Well,
been
Walk
thinking
is
about
coming.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Right, like we're
Yeah.
teasing that. I realized I forgot to guess the episode number.
Oh yeah, we didn't
Okay.
ask about that.
So let me see if I can think this through. Maybe I'll get it right. We're coming up on episode 100,
We are.
which we had
but
to.
it's not today because
but
you didn't prep.
It's not today because we didn't prep, and I know that we had to tweak the schedule because I'm away. So I'm gonna say we're at 99. Yay!
First time. Look, and I love my
Because I
new
drank
thing
half my coffee.
of putting it in the corner.
Oh my!
So,
again, like,
I mean,
she
like,
shows me
today,
like I look.
well, today I knew what it was for sure, but
Yeah.
sometimes I'm not like 100%.
Wow, so
relying
our
on my
next
memory.
one is episode 100. Holy moly!
But we are going to have a special episode in between.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's
That's right.
Because
Otherwise-
otherwise it was taping was falling during taping and prep was falling during Wool Walk, which Wool Walk is its own whole. We do a lot of prep for Wool
We're
Walk,
good
so.
multitaskers, but we're not that good.
Well, and also we want to do a really great episode for episode 100.
Yeah, we
so,
want to make sure that you know.
Yeah. So actually, this is a lot of. We'll talk about finished objects and whips and things, and then we'll talk more about. We have a good question for prize for this one.
Yeah.
But did we tell Angie what she won?
Oh,
No,
Probably
we're
not.
space cadets.
And so we were saying Angie B is our winner, and she has been to the, well, and Amanda will put it below, the I-75 yarn crawl, and she loves how welcoming the stores are. We think, the New Jersey stores are super welcoming as well. And we were hoping to find some more ideas, but we really didn't. So I think it validated us with our gumballs. A few people commented how fun those were, and, but
we're going to have like a special, I think, photo booth for the...
that is a really fun idea.
Yeah.
And maybe...
Oh, like a
maybe
little like
yours.
self-affection kind of thing?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a really good
Love it.
idea. Yeah. But Angie won a $25 store credit to spend at Yarnia.
Yay, Angie!
So again, it's a make your own prize, right?
Yes.
Also, we are going to cover the shipping for whatever you want. So, if it's over 25, whatever, you just do the difference. But we're covering the shipping either way. So, congrats, Angie. Get in touch by email, take a look at the website, and let us know what you would like to order.
Yes.
Um,
And just a reminder, those who win the drawing, you contact us. So that way, if anyone contacts you, it ain't us.
That's right. That's right. And that was going on a while ago. Thankfully, I haven't heard of a resurgence of it
Good.
lately. But
I feel like it's always a good idea because you never know what's going on the internet.
and also,
isn't that true?
we contact us within 4 weeks of when this episode goes up because there are a lot of different things to keep track of, and we want to be sure to be giving the prize to the right person and all of that.
100%.
So, yeah. All right. So I
Cool.
think that is a lot of our pre-stuff.
Yeah,
So shall we
let's
talk about some finished objects?
Talk about
Sure.
finished objects. I don't have a ton.
Or you can talk about what you're wearing.
I have one. I am wearing my Anker sweater.
Nice.
Which is, I can't remember which of the many Anker patterns it is. I think it was the DK weight one, or maybe it was this sport weight one. I don't remember. Anyway, it's knit in Juniper
It's the
Moon.
my size one. I have
Is it the my size one?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I have
were so
all of them,
many.
and I have a spreadsheet chart because this was our summer sweater class last summer. And basically, it's the same pattern, but for different gauges, so your numbers are different and whatnot.
And
so
different sizes of people.
And different
like
sizes
children
of
and
people.
adults.
So, like, she has you covered, PetiteKnits has you covered from basically baby through men's big.
Which is great, because that means you can pick the fiber you want to use to make this sweater.
Exactly.
Knit your swatch, find out what your gauge is for a fabric you like, and then
pick your pattern.
Yeah.
Which is definitely the way to do it.
It
Yeah,
totally is.
If anyone needs help with that, I do have a Google spreadsheet that has the gauges and the sizes listed. So I'm happy to share that with anyone, or you guys can always hit up us or your local yarn store for help with that. But it's all information that's in Ravelry. But I really like
generally
this pattern.
organized it and made it easy for people to follow.
I did because I couldn't keep track of things.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what naming convention is what. So,
That's why we put things into
That's why we
documents.
put
and
things
things.
into
We don't need
documents
to
and
keep that in our
document it.
heads.
No, that's why we write things down, which I keep telling my kids that, and they don't always believe me.
Yeah. It's good to write things down.
Yeah, so this is done in Juniper Moon Damask, which is 100% linen,
Yep.
and I
love that yarn.
it's such a nice drapey fabric. I made it slightly larger and swingy, and I also added short rows to this because I don't like it when my back neck goes down. This has a wide enough neck that if you're not a fan of short rows, it's not a problem. But I am a fan.
Did you do it after all of the
Did
patterning?
it after all of the patterning. You have a little bit of space in which to do that for. Which anytime you have a yoke that runs, like the patterning of the yoke runs into the edging, like this does, like, or the edging starts and runs
there's
down.
no separate ribbing, basically.
There's no separate ribbing. Now, I could have thrown it
into the ribbing here.
I could have done it in the ribbing, up here, and
That's what you had to do.
Yeah, I've done that before. And the only thing with that is that it's not going to be perfectly symmetrical, which is totally fine.
And you'd have a long ribbing in the back and a short.
Right. And like if that's your, you can always do that.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the increase rows are stockinette. There's like 2 rows of stockinette in there. You could throw them in there if you want to. Or
I think that would be more obvious on the back, though.
So.
It is. Yeah. You know what? That's good for if you're doing some kind of color work or some kind of stripe.
That has like the stripes. That's how Demiaka Lopa.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You put them into the non-patterned, like, kind of
sections,
solid rows.
Yeah.
It makes it a little bit easier. And then, it depends. Like, the edging flowed into the yoke patterning, and sometimes the yoke patterning flows into the sleeves or into the body, and so then you have to figure out where to adjust. So that's why that might be a better choice. In this case, it was easy, super easy, to basically you had an inch of stockinette after the ribbing sections.
And before the sleeves.
And before the sleeve divide. And some people did fewer rib sections.
Yeah,
So
that's
1,
adjustable
2,
too.
3, 4. I did 4. I think my size called for 5. And I was like, well, screw that. I'm only doing 4. And then I went and did my short rows in the back. But yeah, there's a number of different places where you can.
And you did twisted rib here.
I did twisted rib. I chose the twisted rib.
I love it. It's so pretty.
In the linen specifically, because you know how sometimes 1 by 1 rib kind of blows
out? It just
out?
Spreads. It's just like...
Yeah. And I'm like...
Especially in plant fiber.
Especially in a plant fiber, there's no spring.
I did this for Eric in the Scout.
It looks great.
In the Kelborn wool and Scout. And I just did regular rib. And it's like fantastic, but that's wool and it goes...
Yeah,
it shrinks back in. Yeah.
So that was one of the things that I decided on when I was doing my swatch. I swatched
exactly
for
audition your
stockinette.
Techniques.
Yes. I swatched for the stockinette, and then I was like, all right, I know rib tends to blow out, so I'm going to try the rib, and I was like, do not like, and then I tried the twisted rib, and I was like,
like
much prefer.
Like I love twisted rib.
And then tubular bind off on the whole thing, which is annoying as hell.
Yeah.
But it looks great.
But it looks fantastic.
So it's worth it.
It is worth it. And I shortened the sleeves, like I did my normal thing that I do for short sleeve sweaters, cap sleeve, where basically right after you divide for the sleeves, when you pick up your stitches for the sleeves, you just go straight into the ribbing. And I like that. I like where that hits. I don't like a short. I have a very small window for sleeves.
Yeah.
Right. I like it here.
If they're short, you like them really short. If you're...
Or I like them here. And there's no in between. There's no elbow sleeve for me. Nothing. So that's my finished object. That's all I got.
Right.
Nice.
How about you, Amanda?
Hey, well, I'm wearing my balloon cardigan again. Also by PetiteKnit.
As you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been wearing this like all the time. So now you get to see it unbuttoned. Right. So like I said, I'm going to the city, and I just wanted a little coat, right, like to go to the city in. So I threw this on top, and it looks
really sweet.
Yeah. I love that, like, the silhouette you got by cropping it and bringing it
right?
in.
It makes a big difference.
I think it's so wearable.
Yeah.
I think it balances that, like, volume
that
you get with the sleeves.
Yep. The volume of the
sleeves. The volume of the sleeves, not in the
again,
sweater.
I took out 25% of stitches. I did on knit night, because I do a lot of things on knit night. That's our knit nights on Zoom, because that's what I host on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. So I was like, hey guys, let's just actually check my gauge on this. So we were talking about earlier about choosing the fiber, finding your gauge, and then picking the sweater pattern that matches the gauge of the fabric you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do this. So when you get into the most trouble, and I have found this multiple times, is when your heart is set on using a particular yarn with a specific pattern.
Yeah.
That is a really tricky thing. And then all you can do is like change your needle size, but then you might not like the fabric once it's at the gauge that the pattern's on. And it gets a little bit problematic. So that was what I did on this sweater. I really wanted this sweater with this yarn. And then I didn't check my gauge ever.
That's when you get into the math world where you're like, oh no.
Yeah, no, it would have been fine if I checked my gauge, but I was knitting on a plane. If you recall, I was knitting on a plane, and
it's not as easy.
You're not whipping out a measuring tape then.
I mean, I could have, but I didn't.
No, but that
But
requires
it all
going and
worked out.
fishing it out.
Yeah, it worked out.
End.
So this pattern I actually intended to make it without positive ease, and so then when I knit it at a looser gauge, it ended up with positive ease, which is fine. This is like the positive ease you're supposed to have in the pattern, but it just didn't work for me down lower.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's 22 stitches per inch is what the gauge is in the
To 4
pattern.
inches.
To 4 inches. Or yes, 22 stitches to 4 inches. And I'm at like 17 and a half. Which is pretty materially.
Yeah.
That is, that's a
Tremendously
material difference.
Right, which explains why I had to take out 25% of the stitches.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I was 25% smaller.
But I also
Or
really,
bigger.
I think and I think that's one of the reasons PetiteKnit's patterns are very popular. She's got like kind of both a classic silhouette, but also a very modern silhouette.
Yes. Yeah.
And I feel like this is a really modern silhouette, kind of like a lot of volume, but nipped in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think even as written, it's like just a lot of volume in general. Like it's a big, voluminous sweater, which is also super trendy. But I think it looks perfect on you. Like when you get that mix of nipped in and
it might have looked voluminous. Looks great if you're like, I feel like super slim.
Yeah, if you're a tiny little 16-year-old, fantastic.
Post 7 babies,
not so much. Or if you got a chest,
Even on my
sometimes
size.
it's hard. I mean, it's hard to go from, I don't know, the oversized to, like, having something look correct on you when it's oversized requires fit in the shoulders.
right?
Right? Otherwise, you're swimming in it, and it just looks like you're wearing, like, you know, you're a little kid wearing mom's sweater. You know? And that's a look, too, but not for me.
But I love this, and
I
this
think
is
it
in the
looks great.
whatever.
Yeah.
We have...
we have a little video with Patty.
Patty...
Oh, you did a video?
We
Yes.
did. I did
here
it
it is.
at
Yay, Patty!
pronouncing a bunch of different Woolfolk yarns.
Yes.
So here we are at Yarnia with our customer and friend Patty, who is going to tell us how to pronounce all the names of the Woolfolk yarns that we sometimes get tripped up by. Thanks, Patty. We appreciate it.
All right. The first one is 4, and that means sheep. I say it 2 times. 4.
And that's the one many people pronounce as far, right?
Yeah, but the
F-A-R.
circle above the A makes it an O sound.
Ah, thank you.
And the next one is fleck. And fleck means like little dots. Fleck. And this one is flette. Flette is, I think, braiding. So, and this one has a little curl to it.
That's the boucle. Yeah.
Flette. And this one is luft. And luft means air. And it's super fuzzy. I love the names.
Yeah. They're clever.
Luft. That's where Lufthansa comes from, except that's a German. And this one is called toe. And I think it means rope or string.
And finally, the one that trips us all up, the reason that we started this.
And it's sort of similar because this is toe. And this one is toe. Toe. There's the O sound again with the little ball on top of the A.
And that's the one that's spelled T-A-G-E. And what is the A with the circle on top called? What is that? Is that a...
It's called O.
Oh, All right.
Yeah.
So, toe.
Sometimes, at least I've heard it called boleo. Like ball. Boleo.
Very nice.
So toe. Toe. You really don't hear the G or much of the E. Toe.
So, all right. Thank you so much, Patty. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yay! That's amazing. Thank you, Patty. So
Thank
perfect.
you, Patty. And then what else do you have finished objects?
So the other thing I finished was, well, all of us finished the middle line.
Yay!
So we finished the middle line.
By the time you see this, I think we will have drawn our winner. I
Okay,
have
great.
To see
So
what the
let's just
schedule
put
is.
their name.
Congratulations! You won those super cute mitt blockers.
Yes.
Mitten blockers? Mitt blockers?
Mitten blockers.
Mitten blockers.
Yes. Excellent.
I love those. Those are so cool.
Me too.
Great find.
This is so. Congratulations. Also, contact us if you're the winner.
Yes.
But there we can reach out on Ravelry too, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And is that it for finished objects?
Well, talk about your finished objects.
Because I was going to say, I've got mitts too.
Yeah, mitts too.
So we'll have the knit
section.
section.
Them. If you saw like a very late at night story on our Instagram on like March 31st, I had 3 hours of work calls. I didn't plan on doing 3 hours of work calls, but I ended up with 3 hours of work calls, which gave me the time to finish the last.
So you got in right under the deadline?
Yes. It was literally, I posted that as I took it at like 10:30 at night.
And
click.
It's so funny. That's like twice lately that I was about to post something and then you posted something.
Oh
so
my
I
gosh,
didn't want
that's
to post
so
mine
funny.
right
You guys are on the same schedule. So wait, Amanda, let's talk your mitts first.
So these are the Log Cabin Mitts by Karen Templer.
Nice.
They start off as a log cabin square, which is just you basically knit a little square and then you pick up and knit a square next to it, and then you pick up and knit along the side a rectangle, and then pick up and knit along the next side a rectangle and a rectangle and a rectangle, right?
Just keep
and
expanding
you just keep
it.
going along the sides. So yeah, they were super fun to make. This was the second pair I made. I made 4 pairs of mitts and mittens for the middle on.
Wow.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
3.
Because I did
I did 1.
Let's say 3.5, because I had finished the Skandir Christmas.
That's right.
Right.
In December, but only one of them. So I did the second one for the middle long first, and then I did my Helen Stewart How Quiet mitts, and then I did 2 pairs of these Log Cabin Mitts by Karen Templer.
And what did you do those Log Cabin mitts in? What are they in?
These are Fenelgarn.
Double?
Fenelgarn scraps. Yes. Yeah. So this is written for our worsted. The first one I did in the Woolfolk Far, the first set that I did, and 3 leftovers I had in my stash. And then this one, I was inspired by the Germantown unicorns. That have that marl of 2 as the solid colors, and I was like, I could make my own marls with Fenelgarn. So yeah,
I love that.
They're so cute.
You can
I feel like
combo you like.
come fall we should make kits of that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good
That'd
idea.
be super fun.
Kind of like 2 colors of Fenelgarn, the pattern.
Yeah.
Like, so cute.
Yeah, it really turned out nicely. They were quick to do. I'd say 4 hours per mitt.
And I think they're a good advanced beginner pattern, right? Because it's garter stitch.
We might do a workshop on these.
That's a great idea.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
If you want to practice pick up and knit, this is a good project to practice pick up and knit.
That's a good next steps workshop. Like, I know how to knit.
Yep.
I learned how to knit. I learned how to purl. What am I going to make?
Yeah.
You're going to make these.
Yes. And then, so I finished them on Friday night, which was the 31st. And then Saturday morning, my partner was running in the Duxbury half marathon, which that was why we were up there. And it was rainy and cold. It was like 40 degrees and raining.
Yeah.
So I was very glad
the whole
You were
to have a new pair of mitts.
Right.
So I wore these the next morning. Thank goodness.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I actually put in a little more because we were talking last week. My hands are tiny. So I put in a little bit extra seaming just here to tighten up the thumbs. And so now they fit me.
Just zip it in.
Yeah.
Great.
So those are your mitts. What are your mittens?
So I have the Persnickety Mittens by SpillyJane.
So pretty.
I love those.
I love those.
They feel really nice. I did them in Kelborn Woolen's Cricket, which is the
new.
baby sister of Lucky Tweed.
Love
So it is the fingering version of the same yarn used for Lucky Tweed. And I did, this actually is an inadvertent lesson in yarn dominance. Because, and I'll give you a picture of that too. I have, when I took a picture on my porch, when I finished with these, it was very obvious in the picture how...
Oh, yeah.
I did one, and then, it was at home. So in this one, the first one, the accent is dominant, which you can tell. It's like, it's just more prominent.
You can really
and
tell.
in this one, I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. But, I started, it was probably late at night. It was probably 11:30, midnight.
Same reason I don't check gauge.
And
this one...
the other thing with that particular yarn, it is a tweed. So there are flecks of color. And so often a white fleck would fall right where you needed some brown. And so some of the patterning looks off. I may actually do a little duplicate stitch with a browner part. Like, look at that. And that's the right yarn. It's just a part where it's tweed.
Yep.
So you can't even tell.
I think they look great, though. I mean, this is the thing. If you're going to have a lesson in color dominance in mitts, better that it be two separate mitts.
Yeah, true. And honestly,
right? Than like in the same mitt.
I totally had color dominance on my first pair of mittens color work I ever did. And I intentionally changed it because I was like, the corners of the star are muddy. I'm just going to switch. So I did. Mm-hmm. And you can tell. But I don't care.
Yeah. I think most people would never notice.
Most people would never notice. I mean,
a knitter
this is the thing. You have people like, Arnos and Carlos and Arnie, that is hilarious. Who are like, insist that there's no such thing as color dominance. And to which I say...
I hear they've now been swayed.
There is.
Yeah.
And I was like, there absolutely is. Yeah. And also, like, you talk about the physics of the way that the yarn moves. There's color dominance.
Paper Tiger Crafts did an amazing color dominance and why it occurred.
Fancy Tiger Crafts.
No.
Paper Tiger?
Isn't it Fancy Tiger Crafts?
I don't think so. Anyway, I'm going to link it below.
Link it below.
It's like from 6 years ago.
Yeah.
But it was she went deep dive into like why is there color dominance? What's the length of the threads along the back and why does that happen? So it was amazing.
So the other thing, I think I will do these again. I definitely have enough yarn left. I think
I love the pattern.
You could do them in phenol garn too.
I could do them in phenol garn.
You could do this,
but
the tweed.
It was meant to be a 3-color design, and originally I was like, when I did the first one, I was like, it's fine as a 2. But I think it's kind of these long strands that go all the way across. Those are meant to be 1 color where it kind of peeks through the other motifs and things. I think it would look better in 3 colors, and especially on the back. Like, you'd have, really a straight line of... I mean, they're kind of cute. They're fine. I
think they're adorable.
I feel this.
I also did the Haley thing, and like when I was doing the second thumb, I'm like, oh, it's long enough, and of course it's really not. It's too short. But whatever, they're mittens. It's like I'm going to wear them walking the dog. I'm not going to wear them.
I was going to say it's long enough for my short little thumbs. I like how they feel.
They feel nice, don't they? Yeah. They really do. Yeah.
I want to do something in cricket, and I don't know what. Maybe I'll do a sweater in cricket.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I want a sweater.
Right? Oh, I want a sweater in cricket.
Could be good for a spring sweater or something.
I know, right? Because it is fingering.
Oh my goodness, it would make a pretty spike.
Oh, it would make a pretty spike.
Because you've got the white, right? That would show the lace.
It's right there, like right behind the camera. So we're all looking at the shelf going, ooh, look at that color. Ooh, look at that color.
That would be really pretty.
I do love it.
I'm not doing another swag.
I will do it at one point. I have yarn put aside for the yoke, and I've been undecided about what to do for the body. But with the whole technique that is used, I think it's for the Wervel in neons and neutrals with doubling up your weight for your body. That's what I'm going to do. And
the Wervel is the colorwork yoke sweater is that the one on the front?
It's on the cover.
It's on the cover of neons and neutrals, and it basically has the yoke worked in fingering weight.
Yeah.
And then the body, like the gauge changes. Yeah. And so the body is worked in DK weight.
Yeah.
So smart.
So I've always wanted to make a Zweig, but I don't really want to make a fingering weight sweater for myself, so that is the way around it. I've decided, definitely.
I think,
but maybe even that held double would be fun. I don't know. There's so many.
Double is almost Lucky Tweed.
Or
but Lucky Tweed,
not really.
Yeah,
it's
definitely DK Lucky Tweed.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! And then you could hold that. Lucky Tweed
or maybe I'll just do Scout. I love Scout.
Anything.
Amanda's like, so many ideas. Do we have any more finished objects?
I do. I have
more
a
PetiteKnit.
Sophie scarf. Exactly, more PetiteKnit.
We're like all
that I did in Woolfolk Far. Oh, look how squishy this is.
That is the perfect scarf.
Oh my gosh, I love.
That's so nice.
You need to feel this.
This is perfect around your neck.
I love it.
So I haven't blocked it yet. I just finished it. I think I finished it early in my trip. I was also in Massachusetts last weekend.
Yeah.
But Western Mass.
It's so squashy.
Seeing Haley in a dance performance, that was so cool and fun. Maybe we can put a couple of pictures at the end or something.
Sure.
Yeah. But it was really great. And I got some knitting done. Not quite as much as I would have hoped, but I did finish this. This may have been in the car.
How far is that?
This is 3. This is 3. So, and let's go ahead and put it on.
It works perfectly with your
with my Soldatna.
With your Soldatna.
See, it helps to have a palette.
A cohesive color scheme.
Everything goes together. So
that looks great.
That is so squishy. So this is going to be great with a black coat in the winter or a black jacket or something.
For sure.
Because my regular coat is this color. So it's a bit much of the same.
Cohesive color palette.
What do you think of that scarf as a man's scarf? Do you think the pointy ends are like too feminine?
It's a little feminine. I don't know.
It depends on the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing, one thing I will say about when I made this,
I need to make a new scarf for my partner.
You know what I love? Actually it's called the boyfriend scarf. There was one that's I think a great pattern for either men or women. I'm pretty sure that's the one. It is. It's like bridges. It's like rows of two columns of two knits, and then columns of like broken or columns of garter basically, and it's really pretty. It's just a nice simple texture, and I think it really highlights a nice yarn.
Oh, I remember what I was thinking of doing. I was thinking of doing because I started a 2-color brioche flat scarf with I-cord edges, which looks beautiful.
Oh right, I remember that.
But it's so fiddly. I'm like, I don't want to finish this, and surely no one else will want to do this either.
Yeah.
So that's never going to come into fruition. You're welcome. That's why we try things out, and sometimes it's like, oh, this is not fun,
right?
And it's not like super interesting.
Yeah,
why would we continue
tedious?
I think that's why I abandoned some things. It's like if you're not having fun anymore, I've really gotten so much better at abandoning things.
Yeah,
but
I'm thinking of doing crochet linen stitch on the like the through
yes, yes,
but long way.
That's a nice idea. I like that.
With 2 colors of the fleck. So now that's what I think I'm going to repurpose.
Ooh, I like that. That sounds really nice.
That's my new plan. We'll see. If that one ends up to be a pleasant project, you'll see that sometime in the future. If it's tedious, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe you won't.
So one thing I want to say about this, as I was, I forgot to bring my little scale. I have a portable little scale that I often bring with me when I travel because it weighs down to like a half a gram, or even maybe even tenths of a gram. It's really perfect. Very.
You need tenths of a gram.
You do if you're trying to figure out how much yarn you have left. One of them, even our postage scale, it goes in like 5 gram increments, which is annoying. Yes. It's like exactly. That's the one I was using it when I was winding off some yarn, and I'm like,
oh no.
Yeah, so like it's at 95. I'm like, all right, and I'm waiting for it to go down to like 94. No, the next increment is 90. Oh, isn't that crazy? Annoying. So anyway, don't use one of those. But I did. So I knew where my center point was. I had it marked. I continued. I started decreasing when I had a little more than half of my yarn left, so that I would, if my gauge changed, whatever. The weight of this, boy, did my gauge change.
Really?
Yes. And I had a feeling, because, you've got the weight of the project pulling on it, so it actually is literally extending the stitches a bit. So, I'll show this to you guys, but I'm not telling everybody. So if you hold up this piece, that is the beginning. So that is, and actually I did the wrong rate of increase, but I left the first, 12 inches, which are done at a slightly shallower rate of increase. But then when you look at this, let's hold this up here, I could tell I was going to run out of yarn.
Yeah.
It is much wider when, at this point where you've got that much left.
Yeah, look at that.
And so I adjusted my rate of increase. Then I was within, 2 inches of the end. I'm like, I am again running out of yarn.
Oh my goodness.
So I had to do this, and this was in the hotel the first night, I think. So I'm going to go all the way to the end, go to the tippy tip, just move your fingers back. Yeah, so this definitely, I'm decreasing every other row here.
Boom, 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 boom.
And I had a foot of yarn left at the end.
Wow.
So if you're doing this pattern and you have a real specific amount of yarn, I wanted to finish it while I was away. I didn't have access to another ball of far in color 27. So, just be either willing to put it on hold to finish it when you can get more yarn. Because you could also make a beautiful hat to go with this, right?
Right.
Oh, you
could. Or be willing to not have your 2 decreases, match perfectly.
And that's the thing. No one is going...
When you're wearing this,
no one will know.
If somebody actually notices that, I will give them a small prize.
Right.
Because it's really...
Y'all are excluded from that.
Right. Exactly. Because now you know the secret.
Now you know
the secret. I've let the cat out of the bag. So that's one. And then another finished object, which is an old one, is my Sultana by Caitlin Hunter. Which this is, it's funny, this is the first one I've made. It's still the only one I've made. Oh, well, no, I made one for Anna.
Oh, yes,
the
right.
The dog dot.
Should we do the dog dot in a picture?
Yeah, if you can find that.
I can give you the dog dot in a picture. So I have made 2. fully intend to make another one, and I love Jen's that's in the cotton cashmere.
I like the
So
cotton cashmere
I'm thinking
ones,
about,
yeah.
you know, I don't know, if by the time I finish that this year, it will probably be too warm to wear, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I think I can wear mine finally because A, I made mine
Yours
to
is
my
felted tweed,
pre-pregnancy
right?
size,
Mm-hmm.
and B, it was cropped, and at the time all my pants were low waisted. But now I have those new high.
You have the new
top-
high-waisted one.
Yes, so maybe
Mhm.
I'll actually wear mine. It's been a
Yeah.
shop sample for years because I was.
That's
like,
right.
Doesn't look good on me. But maybe with the high cut jean or the high waisted jeans.
I
will
think
work.
the high-waisted jeans and the crop sweater, I think that works.
Yay! So
Mm-hmm.
stay tuned.
Yeah.
When I see actually wear it again for the first time ever in public. I mean, I wore it on the podcast, but I'm seated the whole time. I never,
Right, so you don't have to like stand up and be like,
I'm
"Hi,
gonna wear
here's
that.
a little."
Yes, it was way
Little
too
strip.
short.
Cool.
All right,
so we should
so
go
I think that
into whips.
Yes.
Kathleen, do you want to start with our? So one of the things we're doing for Wool Walk is that we have a special custom color from Le Bien Aimé coming. So we're going to go through our regular whips, and then we're going to
Yes.
show you our
And we'll do
special
those at the
LBA
end.
project whips.
I only have LBA project whips, so
Okay.
I'm
So Kathleen and I will go through our whips, and then
Mm-hmm.
yes,
we'll do our super secret.
because that's all
Yes.
I've been working on.
Yes,
so-
well, yours is big. Mine
Yeah.
is small. Mine is actually a finished object because it's small.
Oh, nice.
And it's you'll see when we
You'll
get
see.
there. You'll see. So another Caitlin Hunter pattern that I love is the Tenya, and I almost did wear my original Tenya today, but I decided not to. So I am making a second version in Taj sock in the color citrus.
Nice.
Such
It
a
is
pretty
so
color.
pretty. I love it. So
Look at that color. Oh my goodness.
the Tenya, if you're not familiar, it is a short sleeve sweater that has about 6 inches of lace at the bottom of it. And you start with the lace. Obviously, from what I've got here, it's bottom up, so you get all of the kind of interesting and fiddly bits out of the way first.
Yeah.
I did this watching a lot of March Madness,
Perfect.
which was, it was really good because, you just want to kind of spend a lot of time on it. And the reason I have stopped right now is I think my gauge is too loose on the stockinette portion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Because
Yeah.
I brought my original one with me this weekend. Partly I thought I might wear it if it got warm, which it didn't, and then partly I was like, well, at least I have it to compare. I think the lace is fine at a slightly bigger
I think so,
gauge.
too.
I think the lace looks great as is.
And actually, I switched to bamboo needles to do it because I started doing this on metal needles because I'm working on a size 3, and anytime I work on a really small needle, I often default to metal just so that I don't grip it and break it.
I agree.
I'm always afraid of like snapping.
Yeah. Like
Bamboo.
I've never made socks on anything other than metal for that reason because I use zeros and they're really tiny and I pull really tight and all of that.
Yep.
But so I've been working with bamboo and I do think the lace is fine and it does look really pretty. I'm really happy with it. But as I started working on the body, which I've done before, from my thing where I'm frogging my circle onto the bowl winder.
Right.
It happens. When I'm working in a big circle, it just kind of gets looser as I go. And I was comparing this with the Tenya I made previously. And I think I need to frog back to here and just start again with just go to one size down, which is going to be a 2.
Yeah.
Which will be
but
fine.
it'll be the same
But
number
that
of
will
stitches.
be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. That's
And-
the thing. If you go down to a smaller needle, it's not like, oh, I have so many more stitches.
No,
here. It's the
exactly.
same number
I
of
know.
stitches.
Never that doesn't bother me. And I don't know. Yeah, I think even here I was tighter. It just definitely has gotten a bit looser.
Well, if you're focusing or paying attention, you're doing something intricate. then
Exactly. You're going to
Plus
be a lot
lace.
more.
You have the decreases that pull in. You have the
Yeah.
yarn overs, like you need.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing I can do actually is put this on some pearl strings and try it on
Yeah.
because
And block it.
Like
yeah,
Natalie does,
I would like
yeah.
steam block it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like to
Yeah.
steam block as I go.
Yeah.
I don't fully block, but yeah, you know what? Maybe I don't know. We'll see. So
A
anyway,
block would make the lace look really pretty too.
I know.
It would,
You
but
could be
I
like,
can-
look at my pretty lace. the
I
whole
can
time.
steam block it pretty aggressively and get it
Oh,
almost
yeah.
to the point that it would
Yeah.
be.
I would probably go down even.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Even
see
more
how
than
the
a 2?
fit is.
No,
Like down to
I'm not.
1.5.
I was gonna say like even blocked. I would probably go down. Like I think you'd still get the drape that you want,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it would be closer to the gauge you get at the
Yeah.
lace.
Yeah. So that is one, and I stopped because I was away and I didn't want to play with blocking it in the hotel room and all of
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
But that is one. And then last night, when I was like in between all these projects, I did another set of middles for my Ariana cardigan. So I've got 2 rounds done on 10 more pieces.
Nice. I love the collecting them together like that.
Yeah.
That's so smart. So you're like, I know what I'm doing.
I know how many I have.
Right.
They're in a nice little stack. And yeah, literally, like when I finish one, I put it on one side of the stitch holder, and then I take one from the other side. But that is what my final ones are going to look like with the black edging.
Oh, it's so nice.
So that's definitely going to be
so pretty.
Ready for September.
It's on my queue. It's not a 2023 project.
Yeah.
We're in 2023, right?
We are in 2023.
We are in 2023.
Yes. You're like, it'll be in 2024.
Yes.
So that
maybe.
Or 2025.
Right.
That's my
there'll be something else new, but
those ears?
That's my finish. That is not.
All right, don't show the finish.
Don't show that.
Don't show the finish. All right, so I'm going to go with.
Secret.
So we finished up the sweater class for the Tsubaki pullover. I did not finish because I scattered my knitting across multiple projects this past couple of weeks.
Oh my god!
I'm now in the
this feels
body.
amazing.
It's going really quickly. I think Emily from the store finished hers, and it looks so cute.
Does she have a picture?
Posted it.
She posted it on Instagram.
Right. Then I've grabbed it and
Then
I
you
put it in
grabbed
here.
it, and you've seen it. And she did hers in Woolfolk Fleck.
Yes.
Which I love, and I'm like, maybe I'll do this another one. I really enjoyed this pattern. I hope the students did too. I think the construction is really interesting. I love the fabric that's coming out.
Yeah.
Big chunky cables. It's going speedy. I just haven't had a chance to work on it. And I think the fit is really nice. And currently I am now thinking about what our summer sweater class is going to be. I have no idea. And as you guys all know, my decision-making process is haphazard at best. So hit us up with some suggestions for a good summer sweater class.
And Jen will probably choose none of them.
I will probably choose none of them. But you never know. I might choose one. Who knows?
You never know.
I never know.
But we actually do have another question for our.
Yeah, that's not a question. That's just a.
Please always feel free to chime in.
Please always give me suggestions.
Yeah.
And I know multiple people are interested in a men's or unisex sweater. That'll probably come in the fall or the winter, just because that I think is a better timing for it.
So that makes sense.
I think it's hard to find a unisex sweater for the summer, I would say.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a sweater for the summer, period.
It's hard to find a sweater for the summer.
But
I feel like there aren't as many options.
That reminds me, I'm knitting a franca using the Cocoa Knits method. That's by Julie Weisenberg. For a guy, right? So I think it's going to be a great sweater for a guy. And it's what he wants. It's for my dance instructor. But I figured out the timing. By the time this comes up, it'll be up. So we're actually going to start, it's going to be Zoom only.
Okay.
Because that's what I can manage. Starting right after the wool walk, the evening after the wool walk. So it'll be Sunday evenings. The last day of the wool walk, which is April 30th.
30th, yeah.
Yep. The next week, which is May 7th, we're going to skip Mother's Day. And then do the final. And it's a workshop. It's not a class per se. So the first one is introducing the the Cocoa Knits method, and sort of like instructions on how to get to the next point. So this is for a Cocoa Knits method sweater. You don't have to do the franca. You can do Emma. You can do,
any of the coconuts.
There's so many Cocoa Knits patterns. There's the Cocoa Knits method book, which we have in stock and carry, that has like 6 or 7 patterns in it. There's also independent patterns on their site or on Ravelry available.
And a lot of their patterns have like options too, right?
Yeah.
So it's really, even though it's 6 or 7,
you could change the sleeve, you could change the neck.
So you can do a winter sweater, you can do a summer sweater, or whatever. But they all use a common Cocoa Knits method. So that's what we'll be going over. Like, what's the concepts? What are the core skills that you need? And then the second week is filling out the worksheet. Right?
This is going to be a paid workshop. People will sign up and
I don't know how much it is yet, but that's what we're going to do.
All right.
And I figured out the timing, so now I can start that.
We can figure out basically the way we price our classes is by hour.
Yeah.
How long the instructor
the instructor is actually teaching. So we'll figure out that pricing, and
we prepare a lot longer.
You'll write
than they're actually teaching.
You'll write a description.
I will. Yes, I will.
Right.
No, definitely.
Yes. And look on the website and look in the newsletter because we'll have that in the newsletter for Amanda's workshop. It's a class.
And then the last one after Mother's Day. So you'll have 2 weeks to work on whatever you're working on, and then that last one will be for questions and follow-up and things like that.
And the nice thing about Zoom classes is that you can join from anywhere, and it'll be recorded, so if you miss a class, you don't actually miss any of the content. You can always record it. You can always watch it after, which reminds me I need to send out this week's class recording.
I saw that it was ready.
I did not, because I didn't send it out. Awesome. So think of a clever title for that. And then I also have one other whip that, oh my god, I'm like, I have like 15 sets of needles in there.
Oh,
I know, it's a mess.
it's so pretty.
So this is another.
Oh my goodness, you have a problem.
I have a problem. Just throw it back in. It's
right.
Just I'll sort it all out later. So this is a Sophie shawl, and it is in a new base from Knitted Wit. That I can't remember what it's called.
Summer Slubbing,
which is merino, but it feels like super like cottony.
It does.
I love it. It's such a fun sweater to work. I also have been a little bit janky when it comes to the rate of increase, but whatevs, it's fine. You can't tell.
It's an accessory. It doesn't need to fit.
It's an accessory.
It's like,
So this is going to be a great summer shawl. Like, it's got this slubby color.
It's super cool.
It's super cool. It's super easy to work. I think it looks
like little
great.
cocoons. They're like little, that's what they look like.
They're like little cocoons, and it's like nubby, and I feel like this would be a great.
Sure.
Oh, except it's a
no. Just keep going. Just keep.
You know what? When I saw this, I thought it would look great in a love note.
It would be such a nice love note.
Or what's the other one that everybody does with the lace on the top?
Yes. I can't think of the name.
Ranunculus.
Ranunculus, yes.
Yeah, ranunculus.
This would be a great ranunculus. I also think
it
would also be a great laceless ranunculus.
It would be a great laceless ranunculus.
You wouldn't see the...
But I also think that, so this is fingering weight. I'm doing it on 5s, 4s, something like that. And basically just using the Sophie shawl as a method. And I'll weigh it when it's halfway done.
Maybe leave a solid 5%.
Leave a little bit of extra just in case.
It really, just the weight of the thing, it really did pull it and made those stitches bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that is a good kind of like gaugeless recipe, right? Yeah. Like you can just pick a needle size that's appropriate with your yarn, weigh it out, and you'll be fine. Mm-hmm. I also think that this boucle held with a silk mohair would be stunning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Larger gauge for like a love note, for a ranunculus, for something, or even something more simple. Just a top-down kind of raglan stockinette would really show off kind of the texture of the yarn.
Yeah.
And
you could do this anchor without
you could totally do the anchor without the ribbing. So it's just basically like a round yoke t-shirt. I think it would be super cool. And, of course, I love this color, which I think is unicorn.
You probably wouldn't even have to pick up your wraps.
Giggles
no.
Or
if you do... I always do German short rows.
Yeah.
I do German short rows unless it's garter stitch, in which case I do wrap and turns and don't pick up your wraps.
But in this, nobody would ever see it.
Nobody would ever see it because it's so textury.
Yeah.
And it's super fun to knit. So this will end up being a shop sample. I'm going to bring this with me on vacation because it's relatively not mindless, but
it's pretty mindless.
It's pretty
once
mindless.
You get into the flow.
And then also it's light, it's cottony. I can knit by the pool.
Yeah,
it'll be good. Because I don't want to wrestle silk mohair by the pool.
No, so I can sympathize with that.
Cool. So those are my whips, except for our special secret colorway.
Yay! Okay.
So our special LBA custom colorway. Amanda's gonna do her magic.
Go to black and white.
That's so fun. I enjoy doing it.
I love it. I love it.
Now you can take your whip.
Now you can take your... now I can take my whip.
So should I show a finished object in it?
Yes, you should show a finished object in it.
So I have a finished object because mine was super easy.
Smart.
Kind of cheating.
Well chosen.
Thank you. So this is a sock done with a sock tube. I did indeed ask Sasha once she got back to crank a tube out of one of her skeins. of Super Sock in our custom color, and I have edged it with Tang in Cashmerino, which I knew it was going to be fun. I love it. I think it is such a great... it's funny. It almost looks like these are the same thing, but this is in color and this is in black and white.
Yes,
it kind of does, but it still has pops of color. So it's really fun. So
and which heels method did you use?
I basically do a rounded toe on my when I do a sock tube toe. So I decrease
here too. So on both.
Yeah, it's the same actually. I decrease every other round until there are 16 stitches on each needle, and then I decrease every round until there are 8 stitches for the toe and 12 stitches for the heel.
Gotcha.
So that's become my easy, like, don't even have to write anything down sock method. Perfect. And 16 rows of twisted 1x1 rib.
I love it. I love the tang. It totally brings out
all the little pops.
All the little pops
of
the custom color.
Yeah. Speaking of...
Oh, I just twisted the wrong way. Sorry.
Rounded toes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And wedge heels.
Yes.
We need to publish your sock.
We need to publish the sock class.
We've done so much
that
work.
Could be a May thing, just because
that could be amazing. We'll do it. You know what? That's what we'll do. We'll do it. We'll publish our Afterthought Heels and Toes class, which is, you can purchase the class. You'll get the download, and you'll get the video, and then you can learn all about making Afterthought heels and toes.
Mm-hmm.
And we can always be like, if you guys have questions.
You too can bring an amazing yarn for a sock tube.
Yeah.
And have socks in like a couple days.
Right. How long did that take you?
Oh, no, I mean, I did it probably in parts of 2 evenings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, I started another one in the car last night. Because
I love it. Look at that too.
When you do so much.
Oh my god, this is going to be so pretty.
When you do, you totally can get 2 full pairs of socks out of a tube. I think, I've got to try that one back on again. It's funny because when I tried it on in the hotel, it felt kind of short, but it looks plenty long on the sock blocker.
It looks long enough on
I think partly it's the sock blocker is flat and your leg is not flat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Your leg is 3-dimensional. The sock blocker, well, technically 3-dimensional, is not really.
Yeah. Right. So basically, I totally can get 4 socks total out of this.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can get like 2 long pairs and 2 more shorty pairs or whatever.
Or you could do mitts, fingerless mitts.
Yeah, so I Kitchenered in the car, but I did not, I still have my little end to weave in because I didn't want to stick my hand in this big long tube and be trying to inside out and all of that. So that is a little tip. If you are working with a tube, wait till and I brought 3 size 0 needles to split, to be able to split it in multiple pieces.
Yep.
Didn't have great light. That was one thing about a hotel room. Did not have great light, so when I wound up doing it, I was actually off. Kind of jumped and whatever. If I had enough for that, I probably would have 2 done, but yeah.
Oh, it looks so great knit up on the sock tube. I love it. I love it in the sock.
Yeah, I really do.
I love this color in general, but I love it in the sock. I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's
gonna
look
exactly.
Really,
and
that's going to be so cool.
Oh, it's nice. And so yours shows what it looks like in garter. And stockinette, and mine shows what it looks like in garter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
And mine
we
has
picked
some
these samples
texture.
So well.
We did it. It was just kind of like, it's like, oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to do that. Well, one other thing we should just mention is if you ever want a sock tube cranked, we do have our Clementine machine here.
Absolutely.
Jen knows how to crank them. Stacia knows how to crank them. Haley knows how to crank them. And do allow a little extra time if you're buying yarn from us for that tube. It is $20 to crank a tube.
Yep.
If you're providing your own yarn, it is $25. It is a great value, though. You can knock out a pair of socks.
Or 2. And that's the thing. Like, you could get, depending on how big your foot is and how long of a cuff you need, you can get easily 2 pairs out.
Yeah, for sure. And especially if you want contrasting heels and toes and things like that. Yeah, so, you can have 2 like full adult pairs of socks easily.
On our website, if you're looking at sock yarns,
yes,
everyone has the option.
Yes,
crank it for me.
Yeah,
right. So you just click that radio button, and it's added to your order.
Yep,
added right there.
And we try to get them done within the week. At busier times, it may take a little bit longer than that
because it's not a machine where like you put it on, you hit go, and
no, it is somebody has to do it.
It's a human powered thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a machine like a bicycle's a machine.
And as I said, not everyone, not everybody here knows how to do it. We have a few people who know how to do it. So depending on the days they're in, whatever. Yeah, but. Yep, and if you order it with other things, we ship it all together. So just keep all those good things in mind.
Plus, it's so nice just to have the tube. You're just like, oh, look
at
the little tube, but it looks so pretty.
Yeah.
So now,
Okay,
you two have
so-
more fun things already in progress. You didn't cheat. You're doing big things.
Big things. Okay, so I am working on the Arco Iris from Joji Locatelli, which is, you can't see the V-neck
so pretty.
because the V-neck is on
the
a
needles right
16-inch
now.
circular. I'm working on the neck edging, but man, a 36-inch sweater goes quick. Let me just tell you that. So I'm holding it upright. I need to block out the cast off, but it's got cables.
So pretty.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm working in the DK.
I love ribbing with cables.
The ribbing with cables is so nice. Although I will tell you, setting up that setup row, I was like, man, I got to count this out.
For sure. For sure.
But the rest of the sweater is stockinette. It's a V-neck, a nice deep V with a nice deep, but not too deep because the edging itself is...
Yeah, that's really nice.
Like a good solid 2 inches. And it's just really nice to work in the DK. I did alternate skeins, mostly because on the larger circumference, I just wanted to make sure that there was no pooling or anything like that. Although I don't think there's much pooling on this in this colorway anyway.
No.
So I think I probably could have gotten away without doing it, and I might not alternate on the sleeves.
I didn't with my Tanya. I was going to, and then I didn't, and I was, once I started the second ball, I was looking and I'm like, there is no line. You really can't see it.
Sometimes you don't need to.
So sometimes, you might want to take that risk if you don't feel like doing helical.
And this has got it's got so many nice speckles that I think it'll just blend really nicely. So, and then I just have to do the sleeves.
Yay.
This may come with me on vacation too, depending. Although I have to say, I knocked out the edging and about 3 inches of the DK yesterday. So,
wow. Yeah.
So I might be able to get this done beforehand, or mostly done. So these will be in the store for Wool Walk.
Store samples during Wool Walk. Yep.
Yes.
And am I at the end of a row? Oh, so good. I'm at the end
You
of
are
a row.
good.
Yay me.
Never put it down, not at the end of the row. I hate
well, I mean, this one I do that.
They're
all
long
the time.
rows, though.
Yeah,
you got where they're really long rows.
So.
Oh, so pretty.
So I am working on.
Oh, sorry.
Birds of a Feather by Andrea Mowry.
Wow.
So pretty.
So pretty in this. I love it.
Oh my God, I love that silk mohair.
What a great job.
Yeah, so this is a asymmetrical shawl. It starts down there at the end, and the first section goes so fast.
Yep.
And then it's actually I hadn't really looked at this pattern, but these are such potato chippy knitting, right? It's super fast. There's garter sections, and then there's the mohair sections. Those are really fast, and then you just have a few sections of feather and fan lace in there to keep it interesting. So
and they're not as deep as the garter either, right? Yeah. So they take a little bit longer because of
they're not
doing the feather and fan, but they're not too many rows, so
they're
they don't
actually
take a ton.
just as many rows as these though.
But it's compressed because of the pattern.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's funny because the silk mohair stretches out much more than the wool than the garter does. So I'm on
so pretty.
The fourth feather and fan section, and after this I only have 4 more sections. Mohair, garter, mohair, and the edging, and then I'm done. Can you believe it?
And are you decreasing now? Is it getting smaller again?
No, I'm not.
You keep getting bigger, right?
No, at this point, you increase to this point, and then it's the constant length. So this side continues to increase, but this side
decreases.
Doesn't. It sort of decreases, and this middle. It's Andrea's,
it's kite shaped.
Yeah, right? Andrea's so smart with her construction. So it's it's doing a little do-si-do thing, and it looks
no wonder this is such a popular pattern.
Yeah,
right?
It looks
beautiful. The mix of gauge, your lace weight with your fingering.
I was a little anxious that it was going to take me a long time, but
yeah, you started this not that long ago.
Yeah.
I've
been working pretty exclusively on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally doable in a few weeks.
Which
is pleasant for a big
shawl. For a nice big shawl.
Yeah, and it keeps my interest because I keep changing, fibers. And yeah.
Nice.
Love it.
I love it. I'm enjoying this so much. And so then you guys will get to enjoy the Lilia shop.
Yeah.
So we will, when do we reveal the color?
At Woolwalk.
At Woolwalk. Excellent.
So, if you were dying to see this, make it here on Wednesday.
Make it here on Wednesday.
We also...
I'm sure we'll have some Instagram stories.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're
we'll have some stuff on Instagram. And it will be available to order on the website beginning on that day, too.
If you're not really close to us.
Yeah, exactly. And
don't worry.
Yeah. Though I will say for that week, we may not be on I probably should say now, we will not be on our normal shipping schedule. No. So allow a tad of extra time. It's that time where, like, literally I'm hardly home at all during that period.
Yeah.
I'm here almost 24/7.
Yeah.
We should put a little cot in the basement.
I know.
No,
I don't sleeping thing. The basement. I wouldn't want to sleep in the basement.
Well, I always work the weekdays, and then especially, and we bring in food for our staff and everything. We try to make sure everyone gets breaks. You never know how crazy it's going to be.
Right.
I have a feeling this year is going to be really crazy because the last 2 years it was 9 days.
Yeah.
Right. This year it's 5 days, and people are much more out and about.
Yeah.
You know, more people are out and about.
Yep.
So, and for shopping, we are mask optional. If you would like to wear a mask, please do. If you do not choose to wear a mask, that's okay. We're not, in each other's faces for an hour at a time. So.
Yes. Unless we're sitting right here.
Oh, we are, but we're
in each other's faces, but that's fine.
Yeah. So, so it'll be available on April 26th.
Very exciting.
I've got quite a few more days to finish.
You do, yeah. It's not even, actually,
do.
Jean's birthday is the 6th, and my friend Liz's birthday is the 6th.
Yeah, I will have more whips next time, probably. I've just been, working on this so exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's deadline knitting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm rewinding the ball of yarn down below, but I also want to make sure that you can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, because now we're going to switch. We're going
to go back to color. So we have 2 more things we need to talk.
We didn't turn back to color.
Oh, no, we didn't turn back to color.
Now we're back to color.
Oh, and you know what else? If anybody noticed a skein in the last episode and they thought it was the skein, it wasn't, because it was all at my house. It was a decoy.
It was a decoy skein.
So if you thought that was it, that's not it either.
Sneaky.
Very
I feel
sneaky.
like it's like a mystery. We should leave clues around town.
I know,
like
really.
So what's our next thing?
So we have 2 more things to talk about. One is our new drawing.
Yes.
And then one is new in store.
Yes.
So we talked, what was the thing we talked about with new in store? We already talked about something. So our new in store is, we are amazed, but we still have a few Black Pearl Magic bags left in stock.
I'm still winding my
and this is one reason you want to get on our newsletter list.
Absolutely.
Because the folks on our newsletter list were notified of this and were able to order them over a week ago now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we are very soon expecting a big shipment from Shayla.
Yep.
Yay.
The lovely, adorable, sweet, inspirational
She's amazing.
person behind Black Pearl Magic. And, so we've got a couple of samples here. We're going to be getting them out to everybody, but we've got the 1.5 Laveau, which we call the medium, basically, the 2.0, which is the large,
Yep.
and then optionally we have wrist straps. And our colorway is called Dreamsicle, so it is orange sparkle on one side, pearly sparkle on the other side.
I love Dreamsicles too.
And it's exclusive to us, right?
It is exclusive to us, and a really super fun rainbow.
I'm going to bring it up close because
you can't
we have
appreciate
had photos on Instagram, but it's sort of hard to see the glitter.
Yeah,
the glitter you've got to see in person. And the rainbow zip.
Can you see? It's like subtle silver sparkles.
And then the straps are either the orange sparkle or the pearly sparkle. One thing, some people have said, oh, I don't really love project bags with a zipper because your yarn can get tangled. The teeth of this zipper are plastic. They're not metal, and they don't actually catch. I'm using one, actually, for my Tanya. I'm using a previous one that we had from Shayla.
They're really nice zippers.
They're beautifully made.
They won't catch. This is a great bag. It stands up on itself.
I just said it was silver. Are they silver or are they...
The teeth of the zipper are silver.
The glitter, it's like a...
It's just glitter.
I think it's hollow.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's hollow glitter. Because I was like, wait, there's blues and purples in there.
It's so pretty.
I was talking about the silver zipper teeth.
It's
the zipper teeth are silver.
But I also love that they stand up.
Yep.
Yes.
And you can fit a lot. I mean,
you can fit a ton.
This is 2 skeins, a fingering, and a sweater in progress. And this is a 1.5.
My Bobblicious is occupying my hibernating. If I had a hibernating tag, it would be on the Bobblicious sweater.
Yeah.
But mine is, I have a purple one, and it's occupying that right now, but I think I might move it here, because it won't fit all the balls for a, what is that, Aran fish?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for an Aran weight sweater. I'm going to move it here, and then, yeah, then I will get to it. That Bobblicious is going to finish, because I really want the thing.
I love her bags. They're so well constructed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, right?
So we have maybe 20% left of the number we started with between the sizes and as we said, the straps are optional. So if you Amanda will put a link below if you want to go ahead and order. They are pre-orders, so we will be shipping them out in the order that you ordered them from us, and we'll be getting them all out for sure before Wool Walk.
Yeah.
Because those cannot be going on at the same time.
No. And I will say, we have sold
This would be
out.
good to bring to Wool Walk, to put all your
would be
goodies
good to
in,
bring to Wool
and
Walk.
then you'll see what you've already gotten. Before
Right, you can tell.
Yeah.
We have sold out of Black Pearl Magic bags pretty much every other time we've brought them in. So if you
Really?
are on the fence, I would say don't hesitate, because
I
think
hesitated last time.
I
I
Yeah.
don't have one from our last batch.
But you're getting one from this.
Same.
But I've already, like I said, I've already bought mine for this batch.
I got mine too. I have I think 4 already, of various sizes, including one that I still really hope Shayla will bring back one day. The really teeny tiny little sock bag,
yeah.
which is the first one I ever bought from her. But yeah, I caved and I went for it. It's like I have a full collection. I get one every time.
You need a collection.
But I don't collect Pokemon. I collect
her stuff is very collectible. Plus, also, not only are we bringing in the bags, we have
yes, of course,
some really cute ball stitch stoppers,
needle stoppers. They
needle
are
stoppers.
they're so great. And I thought I still had a pair with me because I got some of those. We'll put in a picture of those.
Yep.
Plus, Progress have the ball stitch needle stoppers.
And then I actually had my little gummy bear, because we also have the...
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. I love my gummy bear. This was on my project, so that's why I had to take it off.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we have single color of the gummy bears. We also have some of the tassels, right? And
We
the
have some
glitter balls.
tassels left. We have very few left. A lot of
Yes.
people that have ordered bags already have ordered like 1 or 2 to
And
go.
the glitter balls.
But
The
it'll
glitter balls. I love the glitter ball progress
Yeah.
keepers. So we'll throw a picture in here
Yeah.
of the ones we have.
I might have to
Coming.
get more gummy bears, because that's
The gummy
my
bears
favorite
are
candy.
They're so cute. Yeah.
Oh, I love gummy bears.
And I'll tell you, I'm not wearing it today, on my charm necklace, I have a gummy bear charm that's Labradorite, but I'm like,
Fun.
I would totally take one of Shayla's progress keepers and then throw it on my necklace charm.
Yeah.
Well, like some people
Then you
wear
have it. The
the glitter balls as earrings.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
they're
glitter
so
balls
fun.
you can totally wear as earrings.
Yeah, we literally are down to like 3 of those. Though
They're
I don't even
so
think
cute.
we should put them on.
So,
Yep. So that is our new in store.
yes, those are new in store, but we have,
So I think
drawing.
the last piece of business is a question and what our prize is going to be.
Yes.
And we do know our question, but I don't know if
we know our
the-
question.
we know our prize. Our prize is the Black Pearl Magic.
Yes, we did say that earlier.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
All right. So
This is a good prize week.
this is a good prize week. It is. So,
our question is, as you know, we're preparing for episode 100. So, and I love this. Amanda thought of this when we were brainstorming the other day. What is your favorite Chronicles of Yarnia moment?
yes.
And you don't have to tell us which episode it's in if you know.
If you know, that would
Feel
be
free
helpful.
to share that.
Yeah,
That's okay.
But if you want to say, oh, it was the time when, Jen knocked Kathleen in the head, or Kathleen dropped
I knocked
something,
her
or
in the head?
whatever. No, I don't know. I'm just
I was
making
like, it
things
sounds plausible.
up. And me dropping something totally is plausible. It happens every other episode.
Me cursing happens a lot. I try not to.
Yeah, so...
But what will you win if your comment is drawn in the drawing?
So you will win one set of your choice of what's available at the time of the Black Pearl Magic Stitch Stoppers, which are so cute. I love them. I've been using them. And your one of the sets of gummy bears.
Yeah.
And for the gummy bears, just make a note if you have a color preference that you like. You'll see the picture.
Yeah.
Most of them, like, there's a set that's like green and yellow and maybe blue, and there's a set that's like light pink and medium pink and dark pink. If you have a color preference, pop it in there. We will accommodate if at all possible.
If we can.
But literally, we got like 15 or 20 sets not two of them match. They're all assorted.
They're all different.
So it just was.
If you're a blues person, if you're a pinks
wasn't
person,
feasible to put them in as specific colorways.
Yes,
but yeah,
they're assorted.
We are always happy with something assorted. If you tell us what you like best, we'll
try to do it.
If that's available, that's what we'll send you.
And what was I going to say? Oh, also, if you would like to be... So, for our 100th episode, I was thinking we could have viewers, if you would like to share your... In addition to putting it in the comments below, if you'd like to share a little 5-second or 10-second clip of, like, what you remember the most about Chronicles of Yarnia, I'll have a link to a Dropbox down below. You can video it on your phone. Horizontal is better than vertical because we are on YouTube. Tell us about what your favorite Chronicles of Yarnia moment is. Like I said, 5 to 10 seconds. Appropriate, please. I'm going to be screening these. Obviously, if it's not appropriate, I'm not going to put it in.
Or also, if you made something, like if you're inspired by something that we
if
made,
you're inspired by something,
show us your finished object. We really would love to see them always. So this is a great opportunity.
Yeah, so cute.
So I'll have a montage of those clips as well as the comments at the end of our 100th episode.
Yeah, I can't believe
that'll be a big.
100.
I know.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Thanks for being
I hope
here.
you guys are having a great day. Thanks for being here. I hope if you're local, I hope we'll see you during the Wool Walk. And if you're not local, please send us a clip of something for our 100th episode. And then stay tuned.
And comment below.
Comment below.
To be entered entered
into the prize
Black
drawing.
Magic Goodies drawing.
Yes. And don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. Click the little alarm bell for notifications.
Sign up for our newsletter on our website so you can know about things like this as soon as they come out.
You can know what our discounts are for the Wool Walk.
Yep.
That's right. This is a good time to sign up.
This is a good time to sign up.
Yep. Follow us on Instagram also. Again, we posted there and we put it in our stories, and every time we did that there was a flurry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
and then you can also follow Kathleen and I and Jen as we work on our
mystery projects.
Our black and white projects.
Yeah.
And don't forget what I say. I already said like and subscribe. Oh, we're Shop Yarnia on Instagram, Facebook, here, etc. Follow us everywhere. Basically, we're running out of steam.
Except around town.
Except around time.
That could be a little freaky.
It could be freaky. I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm oblivious. I won't notice. I'll be like, oh, I just saw this person here, like Marcel, for the 4th time.
You probably go to great restaurants and get good coffee if you follow us.
I know.
There you go.
True.
There you go.
That is true.
All the best ideas for dinner.
But thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.